The silent financial infrastructure growing inside stay-at-home motherhood. There is an economy being built that no one is tracking. It has no GDP data, no labor reports, no economists watching it, but it is real, it is growing. And it is happening inside the homes of mothers who were told they left the economy when they stayed home. This is not about side hustles. This is not about selling crafts to survive. This is about the construction of an entire economic infrastructure that lives where traditional markets cannot see it. Inside living rooms, inside nap times, inside the hours that were supposed to be invisible. The women building it are not waiting for permission. They are not asking if it counts. They are simply creating value in the only space they have total control over, their home. And what they are building is starting to look less like supplemental income and more like a parallel financial system. Here is what most people miss. The home was always an economic engine. It produced food. It produced clothing. It produced care. It produced education. Then industrialization moved production outside the home. We were told that economic value only happens in offices, in factories, in markets. The home became a cost center. A place where money is spent, not made. But something shifted. Digital tools arrived, platforms emerged, and suddenly the infrastructure that required a storefront, a factory, or an office could be accessed from a kitchen table. Mothers did not need anyone's permission to start. They just needed a laptop and an idea. What makes this different from previous waves of home-based work is the architecture. This is not piecework. This is not hourly labor disguised as flexibility. This is the construction of owned assets. Digital products that sell while you sleep. Content that compounds. Systems that scale without your physical presence. Let me show you what this infrastructure actually looks like. It starts with knowledge. A mother learns something through necessity. How to manage a budget with irregular income. How to organize a home with 3 kids under 5. How to cook meals that work for picky eaters and food sensitivities. This knowledge has market value, but she does not know that yet. Then she shares it, maybe in a Facebook group, maybe on Instagram, maybe in a blog post that takes her 2 hours to write during nap time. She's not thinking about monetization. She's thinking about connection, about helping someone else who is struggling with the same problem she just solved. But here is where the infrastructure starts to build. That content does not disappear. It sits there, it gets found by search engines. It gets shared. It starts to accumulate an audience. And that audience is the first asset, not followers for vanity. An audience that trusts her because she solved a real problem they have. The next layer is the product. She realizes that she is answering the same questions over and over, so she creates a resource, a meal planning template, a budget spreadsheet, a guide to organizing toys. She charges $10, then $20. Then she bundles it into a course and charges $100. This is where most people stop paying attention. They see it as small, as supplemental, as cute. But they are missing the compounding effect. That digital product does not require her to show up. It does not require her to trade hours for $4. It sells while she's making breakfast, while she's reading bedtime stories, while she's sleeping. Now she has 2 assets, an audience and a product. The third layer is the system. She realizes she can automate the delivery. She sets up email sequences. She creates a simple sales page. She learns just enough about SEO to get her content found. She's not a marketer. She is a mother who figured out how to make her knowledge work for her instead of the other way around. And here is what nobody talks about. This infrastructure is defensible in a way traditional employment is not. She owns it. She controls it. If a platform changes its algorithm, she adapts. If one income stream slows down, she has others. She is not dependent on one boss, one company, one paycheck. The women who are building this are not doing it because they read a business book. They are doing it because they have no other option. They need income. They need flexibility. They need to be home, so they build what they need. And in building it, they are creating something the traditional economy cannot replicate. Let me give you the structure that is emerging. At the foundation, there is content, writing, video, podcasts, audio. This content serves two purposes. It builds trust, and it builds search equity. Every piece of content is a long-term asset that can be found years later by someone searching for that exact solution. On top of content, there is the offer. Digital products, courses, templates, memberships, coaching. These are scalable. They do not require inventory. They do not require shipping. They do not require physical presence. They are pure leverage. Then there is the distribution system, email lists, social platforms, SEO, affiliates, Pinterest, YouTube. Each channel is a pipeline that brings people to the offer without requiring her to manually sell every single time. Finally, there is the compounding layer, the systems that run in the background. Automated emails, evergreen funnels, recurring revenue from memberships, affiliate income from tools she recommends. This is where time leverage becomes real, where income starts to decouple from hours worked. Now here is the part that should terrify traditional employers. This infrastructure is being built by millions of women simultaneously. They are learning from each other. They are sharing tools. They are teaching each other how to price, how to market, how to scale. They are building economic literacy that was never taught in school, and they are doing it without venture capital, without business loans, without asking anyone for permission. They are bootstrapping with whatever they have, a phone, a free platform, an idea. And they are proving that you do not need a corporation to build a sustainable income. The implications are massive, because once you realize you can create income from your living room, the calculus changes. Daycare costs are no longer inevitable. Commute time is reclaimed. The decision to return to traditional work is no longer automatic. It becomes a choice, a strategic choice. Do I trade my time for a paycheck, and do I invest my time into assets I own? This is not about rejecting traditional work. This is about having options, about building a foundation that cannot be taken away by a layoff or a corporate restructure, about creating income that grows with you instead of capping out at a salary ceiling. Here is what you can do with this. Start treating your knowledge as inventory. What do you know that someone else is 3 steps behind you on? What problem have you solved that others are still struggling with? Write it down, record it, document it. That is your first asset. Then create the simplest possible offer, a template, a checklist, a guide. Price it low enough that it feels like an easy yes. $10, $15. Do not overthink it. Just create something that saves someone time or solves a real problem. Next, build the distribution. Pick one platform, just one, master it. Learn how to create content that gets found. Learn how to write headlines that stop the scroll. Learn how to speak to the exact person who needs what you have. This is not marketing. This is clarity. Clarity about who you serve and what problem you solve. Then automate what you can. Email sequences, payment processing, delivery. You do not need fancy tools. You need simple systems that work. ConvertKit for email, Gumroad for selling digital products, Canva for design. These tools cost less than a monthly daycare bill, and they let you build infrastructure that compounds. The women who started this 5 years ago now running 6-figure businesses from their phones. They are not unicorns. They are not special. They simply started. They built one asset, then another, and the assets started working together. Content brought people in. Products converted them. Systems scaled it. This is the silent infrastructure. It does not show up in employment data. It does not get measured by traditional metrics, but it is real, it is growing, and it is giving mothers something they were told they had to sacrifice. Economic power, on their own terms, from their own homes. You do not need permission to start building. You just need to see what is already there. The knowledge, the problems you have solved, the people who need what you know. That is the foundation. Everything else is just infrastructure, and infrastructure can be built, one piece at a time, one asset at a time, until you have something that no one can take away. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, legal, or professional advice. Individual results may vary, and all business ventures involve risk. Please consult with qualified professionals before making significant financial or business decisions. Always conduct your own research and due diligence.